I'm officially the only man in Tokyo without a mask. There are no laws against not wearing a mask, but you'd just be like a total dick if you didn't. So it works really well. We don't have a big problem. Everything's under control, and I think it's these little things right here, and a little bit of social pressure. But that's not what we're here to talk about. If you want to dwarf the size of your 40 millimeter professional steel Rolexes, Tudors, whatever, man, strap on an Iconaut for a month, because this thing feels light as a feather. And for the first time, I totally understand people saying 40 millimeter watches are for girls. Man, I can't imagine if I had on a 36 millimeter or a 34 millimeter OP. I mean, it's all relative, right? And that's what we're talking about. Light, comfortable, wow. I mean, it's like dating a 300-pound woman and then, like, you know, moving on to a size 6. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Now we're coming up on the 2-year anniversary of me having this watch, and you can see the receipt right here. You can see what I paid for it, and the 23rd of this month, and I've never had it serviced, and it doesn't really need servicing. I mean, look, are the seals all right? I don't know, but they probably are. And it runs just fantastically, so I really don't need it serviced, but I'm kind of feeling the need to. One of the reasons is because the receipt and this watch is all I got, and I always feel a bit more comfortable when a piece comes box papers. I feel like it's less likely to be stolen. Do I think this is a stolen watch? Not at all, but it hasn't passed through the portal that I have pretty much all of my Rolexes go through, and that's an RSC service. And I don't know, paying for a service for a Tudor seems kind of weird, like a waste of money. But look, I've really been enjoying the Tudors. That's kind of a different video, but yeah, that's a different video. We'll get to that. But last time I was at RSC and I was checking out Iconaut dials, I thought, wow, could I switch up the dial on this? And that sort of prompted me to take it by and see if I can get different colored dial, have some fun. What'll I get? I don't know. I mean, I do love blue dials. Do I need another blue dialed Hydronaut? Can you ever get enough blue dial watches? That's the question. The thing is, the blue dialed Hydronauts seem to go for a little bit more. And so if you can increase the value of your watch by, I don't know, 1,000 by getting a new dial, that kind of makes sense. Now, it would mean doubling up because I've already got a blue dialed Hydronaut, but I don't know. I mean, I love blue dials, right? And I wouldn't mind that this is a blue dialed watch. So we'll just see what they have. I'm not going to make any decisions, and they're going to have to hold on to the watch for months, okay, because they don't have Hydronaut dials there. They're going to have to order them. That's assuming I can even get one. But I got to say, it's sort of like, you know, graduating high school or middle school, you know, a place that you freaking hated. But that last day, you just see everything in a different light. And, you know, the rose-tinted glasses come out, and you think, oh, black dial really is nice with that silver raised lettering. So I thought, yeah, do I wear it another week? No, it's about time. And look, I'm not going to do it, obviously, if I have to trade out the dial. I mean, I'm expecting to be able to keep this dial, but you know, probably never will be switched back, if ever, until another overhaul, because it costs $250 to switch out dials, and I ain't paying for that. So anyway, let's go to RSC, check out what they have with this small girl size 40 millimeter professional Tudor. This is what RSC keeps the watches in. They have the bracelet wrapped in that styrofoam sheeting the cheaper service pouch comes with. They do this so they can check the model number and run the serial number, which he's probably already done. Here are the spring bars and the solid end links and the head of the watch. And this is how the watch will sit for the next few months as RSC waits for Rolex to deliver the new dial from Switzerland. All right, okay, so wow, that was interesting. All right, so they're gonna send me a quote, give me a call later this week, but he pretty much told me what it would cost, and it's gonna be like, I think $250 for the dial, and the overhaul is something like $300 or less. It's not very expensive at all, and here's why. Wow, amazing information. They don't actually overhaul the movement, okay? Rolex doesn't send RSC Japan Tudor parts. On certain Tudor models, yes. He showed me a chronograph where they do get parts and do the overhauls, but what they'll do is they'll send my movement back to Switzerland, and then they'll get another movement, and it could be a reconditioned movement apparently, or it could be my movement. He didn't really know, but the parts are thoroughly checked, and so any part that has wear will be replaced. And so very interesting stuff. Now, as far as the dials go, there are 37 different dials that you can get on a Hydronaut, and they've got a Tiger version for just about every one. Now, what's interesting is I couldn't have gotten a Tiger version. Now, I wouldn't want one, but I couldn't get one if I wanted to, because they have a special rule where you have to send back your Tiger dial to be switched, and then you'll get back another Tiger dial. Okay, so I couldn't have gotten a Tiger dial even if I wanted, and the Tiger dials are some sort of something with Tiger Woods. No interest, all right, but it does give an air of you can't get it, which is always nice. So if you have a Tiger dial, great, and if you don't have a Tiger dial, you'll never get one, which again is fine with me. And I think I'm going to go with a different style of dial and a blue color, all right? Now, I was thinking about getting the same, like 100% the same dial as the blue Hydronaut that I have, because I like it so much, but I thought it's kind of a waste. So I get to have the blue, but it's the circular indices with the line. I don't know if I like it as much, but we'll see. But it's a lot cheaper to deal with the Tudor here. And if I don't like it, I can, I guess, pay to have it changed back, even though it's kind of expensive. I'm sure I'll like it. It'll be different, and it will be different than the other Hydronaut that I have, so that's a good thing. But very interesting. They're not going to actually do an overhaul. They're going to send my movement back and get another movement. And the way he made it sound, and maybe I just misunderstood him, but it's what you call a reconditioned movement. And so I guess it's possible that I could get, certain parts, perfect though they may be, that existed in another person's watch at some point. I don't know, that sounds weird, but again, they'll check it and I'll get a perfect regulated movement. He said if it's not, just perfect tweaked to perfection, then they can do that. But that's very interesting. So, well, it's cheaper, okay? Obviously, you take a Rolex there, they get all their Rolex parts, and they can take the watch apart, clean it, put it back together there. But Rolex doesn't give them the Tudor parts, which is kind of interesting, except for just those few special models, like the chronograph you showed me, whatever that was. All right, and just to be clear, I will be able to keep the black dial. I can change it back at a later date, or, I don't know, I could get different dials. Collect them all. All right, I don't think I will, but yeah, let's check out some of these dials. Now, he printed a hard copy of the dials I could get, and it was interesting. He worked a while on it. I know what he was doing. He was getting rid of the numbers, the identifying numbers on the dials, and he was also getting rid of the Tiger dials because I can't have them, all right? And here's what's left. Okay, so when he was showing me the dials, he had a tablet that was connected to Wi-Fi and sav.myrolexnetwork.com, which is like a service site, and you have to have a password to log into it. I've tried, didn't work, but he didn't want me taking pictures of that, and so he printed this. You have the 40 millimeter Hydronaut reference number right here, and this is the blue dial that I got, and right here was where the Tiger dial was that he erased, and yeah, Tiger dial was here and here. And all of these, as you can see from here to here, have the round indices and triangles at the 12, 9, and 6, and then this line. And gosh, which is my favorite? Well, I think the blue is probably the best. The yellow, orange, kind of funky, and this is actually kind of nice as well. The white. Scroll up, we can see the dial version like I had. Now this is what my other Hydronaut has, and I was thinking about getting another one. I think this might be my favorite dial style, and this is what I'm having changed out. Yellow, silver, orange, that white. Again, that's pretty nice. And then the carbon dial, and this is kind of interesting. This is sort of a blue opaline dial. Pretty nice. And I don't know what this is. Yeah, that might be blue. Actually, I think this is blue. All right, this must be blue. Anyway, it's hard to tell the colors here. And the last few. Now, these right here didn't have Tiger versions, and not a fan of these at all. The Tudor logo's in a weird place, and it's got a 9 here and a 6, and yeah, just not a fan. The blue's nice, and you know, the kind of grayish silver is kind of nice. I mean, they're all, every single dial on this page is nice, but yeah, the 6 and the 9 kind of bother me in that weird placement of the shield. Did I call it a crown before? Anyway, let me know what you think, and when the quote comes, we'll go over it. Hey, stay tuned for the next video. We got a tale of woe. Take care. Thanks for watching. See you next time.